Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to our next episode in our complete reading of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. In the previous episode, we saw how Indrajit went to do the Nikumbhila Yajna and Vibhishana takes the Vanaraviras along with him to stop Indrajit from doing that Yajna. And all the Vanaras now were ordered by Vibhishana to quickly get into the battle so that the defenses of Rakshasas which are around the temple, all those defenses are broken. So the aim here is to break the defenses and get route for Lakshmana to go and engage Indrajit in a battle. So Vanaras start that activity, Hanuman takes the lead, and the amount of destruction that the Vanaras do there to the Rakshasas is that the lines of Rakshasas are broken. There's a huge army that's guarding the temple, but their entire lines are broken. The Rakshasas are now running helter-skelter actually for protection. Indrajit is doing the puja, and when he sees that his entire army would vanish in a few seconds if he is not going to act, he waits till that moment. At that particular point of time, he stops the puja, he stands up, comes and takes the seat in the chariot, asks the Saradhi to drive the chariot towards Hanuman, because the amount of destruction that Hanuman was doing to the Rakshasas at that particular point of time was unbearable for Indrajit also. So Indrajit comes, and it's as if there's a rain of arrows that was coming on to Hanuman. Hanuman withstands all that. He actually escapes a lot of that, and then Indrajit uses his Maya weapons to have a rain of axes on Hanuman. Hanuman dodges all of that. So like that, Indrajit keeps sending one weapon after the other. So after some time, these shulas would be sent on to him. Hanuman dodges that as well. So this way, Hanuman dodges almost all the weapons. He's also badly injured because it's like a rain that's coming onto him, right? So dodging every weapon is not possible. But then after that, he looks at Indrajit and says, "Hey Indrajit, if you really think you are capable enough, yes, come and fight me now. Show me who you are. Come and fight me now. But that should be a hand-to-hand fight. Don't do all this Maya things with me. Even if you do that, I can still withstand, and I'll still ensure that you're not going back home today." Indrajit is now getting ready with astras to destroy Hanuman. It is at this particular point of time that Vibhishana looks at Lakshmana and says, "Lakshmana, this is the time. Act quickly and go on to engage with Indrajit." Vibhishana shows Lakshmana the places where Indrajit was sitting and doing the yajna and all. Lakshmana sees all that, and then he quickly moves towards Indrajit. Vibhishana also accompanies, and here Vibhishana says to Indrajit, "Hey Indrajit, hey Meghanadha, Lakshmana is asking you to come and engage him in a duel. Come and engage him in a duel." Now Indrajit, who looks at Vibhishana at this particular point of time, and he starts abusing Vibhishana. He says, "You are a Kuladrohi. Why did you go there? What made you go there? See, your family might not be the best family in the world. Your family might be fighting on the side of Adharma. The opponent might be on the side of Dharma, but you should not ditch your family. You should not leave them at all. Why did you do this?" Like this, he'll start a huge monologue on Vibhishana, and he keeps accusing Vibhishana of many things. And here, after Indrajit completes his diatribe, Vibhishana then responds. He says, "Oh Indrajit, see, I was born in the family of Rakshasas who do adharma. But then doing adharma is not something that my conscience accepts me to do. I can never do adharma. My conscience would never accept that. And two, if you take away anybody's wealth, if you take away anybody's woman, if you doubt a good man's heart, your place in Naraka is confirmed. Ravana did all these three, and apart from this, Ravana left me. I did not leave Ravana. He banished me. Had he listened to any good things, this day would not have come where we would be facing each other in a fight. So, O Indrajit, don't try to pull me into those arguments now. Lakshmana is inviting you for a war. Get into the war." Now, again, he does a lot of insulting to Vibhishana, and then Indrajit starts the fight with Lakshmana, and he says, "Oh Lakshmana, did you just forget that I defeated you twice? I defeated you in the night warfare. You almost lost your lives, and you still have the audacity to come and face me." Lakshmana says, "Whatever you did then was not war. You hid yourself and did all that. That is not at all war. If you have guts, face me. Let us see who will win." And then both of them start what can be called as one of the most fiercest wars that the world has ever seen. Both of them would be hitting each other with arrows. Now that Indrajit is not having the assistance of Maya, he has to fight the normal fight. He can't do the Maya Yuddha or the Rakshasa Yuddha here because he is doing it face to face. But then Indrajit is not a normal warrior, so they both fight like anything. They both keep neutralizing each other's astras and they both keep injuring each other. At one point of time, Indrajit makes Lakshmana immobile for a few seconds at least, and in the gap, he hits Vibhishana and Hanuman also. But Lakshmana comes back, he again hits, so the war keeps continuing at a very, very heightened pace. Lakshmana slowly starts getting an upper hand. When I say the war goes on for a long time, it's into hours and days almost that the war goes into. And after a lot of time, Lakshmana gets a slight upper hand and he kills Indrajit Sarathi. The moment Lakshmana kills Indrajit Sarathi, the Vanaras, who already were making short work of all the Rakshasas who were remaining there, four of them, they quickly come and jump on Indrajit's horses and they increase their weight with their Kamarupa Shakti so that these horses would die. Thus, the horses also die, and once the horses die, Indrajit would not be able to move from one place to another place in the battlefield. And because he is becoming static, he becomes an easier target for Lakshmana. Previously, he was having a slight edge, but now Lakshmana starts showing the decisive upper hand. At this particular point of time, Indrajit looks at the Rakshas Veeras who are out there, and he says, "You just engage these people for some time. I'll be back in a moment. I'll enter the city and I'll come back with my chariot." Saying this, he'll go in, he'll get his chariot, and he'll start fighting Lakshmana once again. Now Lakshmana is totally blown away by the speed with which Indrajit goes. He goes, and in a moment he's back and he's fighting again. And this time they start using their best astras. They use Maheshwara Astra, they use Agneya Astra. Lakshmana answers with Varunastra for Lakshmana's Agneastra. Indrajit answers with a Varunastra. When one of them uses the Nagastra, the other uses the Garudastra. So when one uses Vayuvyastra, the other uses Parvatastra. So this way they both keep neutralizing each other's astras. And after a particular point of time, Lakshmana growing nervous as to why this Indrajit is not dying in spite of the best efforts. He uses a special astra which was given to him by Kubera. Indrajit breaks it into two. Lakshmana also breaks Indrajit's astras. So like this, the war continues even further. It's so much so that at one particular point of time, Lakshmana picks up the Indra Astra and then he uses a mantra that was never used before. He picks up Bana. On that he does the Avahana of the Aindrastra, and on the top of it he puts another mantra so that Indrajit would not be able to break it. And that's a mantra that was not even known to Indrajit before. It was not existing in the world before. And the mantra is Dharmatma Satya Sandhascha Ramo Dasharadhir Yadi Paurushena Pratidvandvaha Serainam Jahiravanim. So he says, if my brother is a Dharmatma, if my elder brother Sri Ramachandra is a Dharmatma, if my Sri Ramachandra is Satya Sandha, which means he has never spoken a lie, Satya Sandhascha Ramo Dasharadhiryadi Paurushena Apratidvanvaha, if he has no equal in the world when it comes to this sort of warfare, Paurushena Apratidvanvaha Serainam, this arrow Jahiravanim will kill Indrajit. Saying this, he will leave, and for this there was no answer from Indrajit, and Indrajit's head is now separated from the body. While all this was going on the other end, Vibhishana encourages the Vanaras to go and see the end of all the Rakshasas over there. So all the Rakshasas are also dead. Whoever is left, they are now running back. Indrajit is dead, and with Indrajit's death, the Vanaras break into huge joy with the fight. Even Hanuman is totally covered in blood. Vibhishana is covered in blood. So they all now go to Sri Ramachandra. Lakshmana is totally tired. He has a lot of arrows in his body, and he tells to Sri Ramachandra that Indrajit is dead, but he does not tell it in a very clear way. Vibhishana then clarifies as to how the fight has happened and all, and then Sri Ramachandra says, "Oh Lakshmana, you fought Indrajit very valiantly. 3 days war." So what Sri Ramachandra was referring to here as the 3 days and nights of war takes into account of the start of the war with Indrajit is what I am believing. So it starts when Indrajit comes for the first time and fights Sri Ramachandra and Lakshmana and all, and the second day he comes with Maya, Sita and all, and on the third day in the night he dies. So this is the sequence. Sri Ramachandra says, "You have won this war for us, O Lakshmana. Whatever you have achieved is a great thing." And he says, "Now you just did not kill Indrajit, you killed Ravana himself, because his son is also dead. Ravana doesn't have options. He will now come and face me in the war. I don't think he has any other generals left, and even if he has them, he himself would want to now lead the war and have the battles with me. So saying this, Sri Ramachandra hugs Lakshmana and kisses him on the forehead, and then he calls for Sushena, and Sushena comes. He removes all the arrows from Lakshmana's body and he treats Lakshmana with all the lepanas and everything, and Lakshmana starts recuperating from all the wounds. Now the bad news has also reached Lanka. Now how would Lanka react? That we'd see in our next episode. But for now, let us be happy that our Lord Sri Ramachandra is happy, and finally Indrajit Vadha is done in our complete reading of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. I thank Sri Ramachandra for his infinite grace on this, and in the next episode we'll be seeing as to what Ravana's reaction to this whole thing would be. May Sri Ramachandra shower his choicest blessing on us so that we will be able to complete that part also. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pasyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet, sarvam sudvisa smara swam charanarvindarpanamastu. Swasti. Jai Shri Ram.